one of the problems we have always, that's, you know, we hear about religions, or we hear a statement. There's people who they call themselves Christian and they worship Jesus, okay. There's people who follow Buddha. There's people who follow someone, his name is Allah. There's people, they call themselves Jehovah's Witnesses. There's Mormon, there's atheist. I mean, there's all kind of things in this crazy world. And each one of those, he think that he is the right one, you know. No exception. Each one of them, he think is right, the rest is wrong. And this is very normal. I mean, the reason you follow something because you believe it's the right thing. So nothing wrong with that. But then in the same time, I question sometimes if all a human being, they have a brain. I mean, when we follow something, believe in something, shouldn't that thing be acceptable for a second? What make Islam accepted for a second? Listen carefully. What this guy will say to us. Every Muslim have a dream, and the dream is, what is the target? Is to go to heaven, and then what in the heaven will happen? This God, he will give you a lot of women for sex. So sex is a lot of it there. Okay, are you happy now? Okay, he's happy. Sex. Okay, what is next? Nothing. Oh, no, there is. You like what? Well, sex have a requirement. You know, having women need requirement to make the atmosphere perfect. Okay, what is this requirement? Let us see some of it. Listen carefully.
And you're really relaxing, and your servants around you, and that is from is the bricks. The bricks, one brick of gold and one bricks of silver. One gold, one silver. And the saffron and rubies and diamond is the floor. Imagine this. And the cups, cup of silver, cup of gold, and you having everything, the jewelry, things you cannot even imagine. We cannot even describe. That's what we read in the Quran, we read in the Sunnah. But then
we cannot describe, but you have a brick, one of gold and one of silver. But we cannot describe, remember. We have cup. So, but remember, we can't describe. We cannot. It's amazing. But we can describe to you the cup and the bricks, even the bricks we can, even the floor. But we cannot describe for you. I mean, this guy, he keeps saying we can't describe, and he's describing. And he's describing to us the most silly description. This is heaven. Who of us would like to live in a house, the bricks of it is made of gold and silver? What does that mean? This is disgusting, actually. It's not comfortable. It's not warm. It's not fit with our nature. We are not steel machines. Imagine if your floor is metal and your feet is walking in it. That's not comfortable for you. Your skin will not feel good. So when you say a brick of gold and brick of silver, are you trying to tempt me by the gold and the silver? What is the value of gold and silver in heaven? Gold and silver? So Allah, like, he did not find something more expensive? Why it's not made from diamonds, you know? What does that mean? Not only gold and silver, they will make an ugly color because they don't fit together. They don't fit together. You see, there's certain colors, they are comfortable for the eyes. As an example, the Quran said the Muslim man, he will have clothing from a green silk. Okay, green is something comfortable for the eyes. But people wearing green, all of them, that is not really comfortable. I like to see a natural tree color, that's nice. But I don't like to see a person, all the people around me wearing green. I will feel like I am in a doctor, a clinic, surgery room maybe. So the description is a stupid description for the heaven. But the problem is not here yet. Let us continue.
In reality, Eddie, is more beautiful more than that. You things you cannot even imagine. I'm telling you.
You cannot.
Whatever I describe, for example, you eat in the Jannah. There is a password.
When you eat in the Jannah, there is a password. When you eat in the Jannah, there is a password. So now I am in heaven, and now I am hungry, I want to eat. How I can eat? There's a password. If you don't say the password, sorry. No food. Do you have a password? In the heaven, we have a password for food. Okay, tell us more.
And what are bricks of silver? One gold, one silver. And the saffron, and rubies, and diamond is the floor.
The floor is diamond. And the floor is ruby. And saffron. But do you want more? Okay.
Imagine this. And the cups, cup of silver, cup of gold.
Cup of gold, cup of silver, cup of silver, cup of gold. What is that? Is that Alibaba cave or?
And you have everything, the jewelry, things you cannot even imagine. We cannot even describe. That
We cannot describe. So all description he gave us, he described even what the dirt in the floor will be. And yet he keeps saying, I cannot describe for you.
what we read in the Quran, we read in the Sunnah. But in reality, Eddie, is more beautiful more than that. You things you cannot even imagine. I'm telling you. Whatever I describe, for example, you eat in the Jannah. There is a password. In the Jannah there is a password. What is that password?
What
is that? Yeah. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah. You say Subhanallah, food come. You know, when I say there's no vaccine for stupidity, I mean it. I mean, are you serious? Who here really, who is a Muslim believe in this? That you are in heaven now, and now you want to eat, and now you need a password. You say it. So you Muslims, each time you say Subhanallah, food comes. So you will never praise Allah unless you are hungry. Because Subhanallah means praise be to Allah. What if you want to praise to Allah but you don't want to eat? So Allah will throw food at you. So you eat Subhanallah, Allah send you a chicken. But I don't want to eat now. I'm saying praise be to Allah. No. You say Subhanallah, Allah will throw a turkey on you. Say it one more, Allah will throw, what is this? Hey, Allah, why you are sending me falafel? Because you said Subhanallah. Don't you know that this is the password? This is heaven. This is really heaven. If you are a Muslim and you are listening, please confirm to me that you believe in this. Is it convincing to you? And maybe you do not know that even when you go to heaven, before you go to heaven, Allah will issue a passport for every Muslim. I mean, who in the world will believe in this? Passport, not password. Passport. And in your passport is going to be written there your privilege. Like how many virgins you will have, how many boys you will have. The boys are servants, supposedly. The Muslims, they say they are not for sex. Even though Sheikh Kishk, he said that you can enjoy them because you've been forbidden to have sex with them when you are down on earth, but when you are in heaven, there's nothing forbidden. Very famous sheikh. In that passport, Allah will write your privilege in the heaven, including how many women you will sleep with, what is your location, because remember the Islamic heaven is 100 floor. So in that passport will say you are living floor number 10 or 20 or 50 or 60 or maybe 90 or 99, whatever. And depending on your floor, the food will change, the number of women and boys will change, the number of, let us say, or the quality of life will change. As an example, Muhammad, he said in the hadith that the lowest reward for a Muslim man is this. This is the lowest, which means this is for the bad Muslim. At least, the least of the people of paradise. In position is the one with 80,000 servants. And those servants are what? Those servants are little boys. 80,000 little slave, little boy. The Quran speak about how beautiful they are. And here you need to question why they are so beautiful and why they are so white and why the Quran described them like pearl. If we go back to the video, you will see the guy, he will tell us more about those servants. Or he will tell us more about your food. Let us see how the food come.
Subhanallah.
Glory be to God.
That's it. For example, what is the best part? You see in the tub a bird, beautiful bird. You wish, only you wish. That bird is for you. That bird.
But you just said you have to say a password. There's a huge difference between you wish and you have to say a password. So are we going to wish or we are going to have a password?
It have like a roasted bird.
Roasted.
You say subhanallah, you have it.
You say subhanallah. The roasted turkey is in front of you. But remember carefully, Muslim, what he just said. You look at the bird in the sky. You look at the birds in the sky. You wish to have the bird will be in front of you cooked. Okay, that's wonderful. So why you lie to us saying that the Quran speak about boys who will be servant? They will serve you doing what? The Quran says it clearly. That the Muslims in the heaven, their clothes will never be washed. Their clothes will never be ruined. Their clothes will never be wrinkled. Okay. And now we just heard that if you wish a food will be cooked and roasted in front of you, and there is no dirt, there's no garbage, there's no poo-poo, there's no pee-pee. So what the servants for? Any Muslim? What is the job of those little boys who they are very white like pearls? Because now you just told me those 80,000 little boys at least, because this is the lowest reward. So Osama bin Laden, he will have millions of them. So if my food will be cooked and served without any servant, if my drink is the same, if my clothes will never be wrinkled, will never be damaged, I never even change my shirt all my life for eternity. So what those boys for? Any Muslim can tell us? Additional to that, all the Muslims agree that those are little boys. What kind of God he adopt a form of slavery in the heaven? You see, we understand that a human being is greedy, he's filthy, he's disgusting, he like to use and abuse others if he get a chance to do so. There's people, I'm sure, if they can enslave all the world, they will not hesitate for a second. We hear every day about human trafficking and slavery until now. But this is heaven. And heaven is a place of justice. And heaven is a place of decency. So if we go to decency, heaven, yet we are not decent, or what we are doing there is just having sex with women we don't even know. With women we have no feeling for, with women we never met, they are made just for sex. And then our decent believers, they are going to have boys to serve them for eternity, abusing children for eternity. And how many? The lowest reward is 80,000 child. There is no vaccine for stupidity. If you go a little bit to the previous verses, it says to you, description of this heaven, and you will die laughing. Allah saying to them, okay, be patient, for I will give you the following. Okay, what you will give them? Gardens. Anyone knows the gardens of Allah is made from what? Who knows? When the verse here says Allah will give the Muslims gardens, what the garden mean? Any Muslim? Not the Muslim will not have a garden. Gardens, Jannat. You see, when we say the Muslims believe in heaven, the Muslim heaven is not one heaven. There's many. According to Muhammad, let me see if I can find the hadith in English. Everyone will have two heaven at least. One is made from gold and one is made from silver. Can you believe it? Let us see. Indeed, in paradise, there is two gardens. There's what? There's two gardens. Their vessels and all that are of them are of silvers. There are two gardens. Their vessels all are of gold, and you read the rest. There's different hadith which make it more clear. The Prophet said there will be two paradise of silver, and all the, like, whatever inside it and whatever they're in will be of silver, and two paradise of gold, and whatever is inside it is of gold. That will make them four, by the way. Remember, in the other hadith it says there's two gardens, one from silver and one from gold. Now Muhammad, he changed, the number became four. Two, you will have four gardens, two gardens made of silver, and two gardens made of gold. And everything inside what those gardens have, everything, not only the garden, the floor, the dirt, everything is made of gold. That's it. The trees is of gold. If the garden is made of gold, that's mean the trees are gold. The rabbit is gold. The birds are gold. Everything is made of gold. Now the Muslim, they might say here, no, he's talking about the dishes. No, it says there's two paradises of silver, and whatever is inside is made of silver. And paradise of heaven, and whatever is inside of gold, made of gold. So I think it's clear. Okay, now we go to heaven, and Allah will give us four heaven for each one of us, and everything inside is made of gold. And now Allah will open the door, and He will order at least 80,000 little boys to enter into your palaces or your garden. What their duty is to serve you, supposedly. Let us assume there's nothing dirty there, and they will not be used and abused as for sex, like the Sheikh Kishki said. But what that make Allah? So now, we are seeking God, and by seeking this God, He is preparing for us a place in heaven, and this place of heaven is gardens made of gold and silver. You know, always we say to ourselves, who is the one who tempt me with money, with gold, with silver? What is the value of gold and silver for God? You see, material have a value based in the location. To make it simple for you, there is a millionaire, billionaire. He's driving in the highway in the middle of nowhere. And he is driving the most expensive car. He have billions of dollars in the bank. And then his car broke in the middle of the desert. He have a credit card, he can pay for anything. In that location, his money is useless. In that location, his money is a stupid money. Because he did not bring with him what will make him survive, which is water, which is food, which is a blanket, which is maybe medicine. But he is a billionaire. So this God, when he speaks to us about, if you believe in me, I will give you this, he is trying to tempt what on me? Where is God in this heaven? In this video, this person, he spoke about your servant. I will try to remember which part he spoke about the servants.
And one door or one gate, your servants from all kind of servants would come and enter to help you. You have...
Guys, honest to God, I don't remember the time. I just click. It came perfectly on the place I want. Amazing. So there's a door for you in the heaven. You open the door, and from that door, your servant will come. Okay, tell us about those servants. Listen carefully.
Servants from all kind of servants would come and enter to help you. You have 70,000 servants.
See, the number changed depending on the hadith. The hadith I was showing you is 80,000. This guy is quoting for us different hadith, saying 70. 70. Okay, listen carefully. So, in the heaven, you see a bird in the sky. You wish to have it, is going to be in front of you. This is what he said himself, not me. We played the video for you. Okay. Your clothes, your food, you know, I mean, you don't need anyone. You will never even take a shower. Even Muhammad in the hadith, he said that. If we go here, let me show you. This is Sahih Al-Bukhari. Allah Apostle said the first group of people who will enter paradise will be so white. You see here they are translating as glittering. The fact they will be so white. You know, the better you are, the whiter you are. Like the moon when it's full. And they will not spit or blow their noses or relieve nature. Their utensils will be of gold, and their cups of gold and silver, and their center of aloe wood will be used, and there is a sweat will be smell like musk, and every one of them will have 2 wives, and the marrow of the bones of the wives, the legs, will be transparent. You can see the marrow of their bones. Okay. So I am in heaven. I never sweat. I never take a shower. My clothes will never get wrinkled. And we can show you more reference, you know. So what the servant for? Any Muslim can tell us? What is the servant for? Who is a Muslim want to help us? What the servant will do? You don't take a shower, you don't get dirty, your clothes will never get wrinkled, your comb is made from gold. It's strange that your Allah did not make your hair, you know, fixed. Look at this. Any Muslim? When Muhammad he said that the clothes of the people of heaven will never damage, will never be bad, will never be ripped, will never get old. So I do not need somebody to wash my clothes. I do not need somebody to do ironing for them. What exactly the heaven servant for? Let me try to find the hadith about the clothes of the Muslims. Yeah, we cannot find this hadith in English, but it's in Arabic. But let us see. Well, it should be found in Sahih Muslim. I don't know why it's not coming. Let us see here. Here we go. Read it. He who would get into paradise would be made to enjoy such an everlasting. Like what? Read. It says it clearly for you. He will be always happy. And what happiness is? Sex and food. And his clothes will not be wearing out. And his age will never decline. He will stay youth forever. He will stay young. So what is the servant for? Any Muslim? This guy in the video was reading for us this. And by the way, here there's a statement Muhammad he said, which is very important, where Muhammad he said, he swear by Allah that if you don't commit sin and ask for forgiveness, Allah will bring people other than you. He will destroy you, and he will bring other people who commit sin and ask for forgiveness. You see it? And if you did not sin, Allah would surely have brought a new creation. Different hadiths say it more clear. Translation is not too much accurate. It says, if you don't commit sin, Allah will destroy you, will whip you out of the earth, and he will bring a new creation, and he make them commit sin, and they ask for forgiveness. So in Islam, obviously, this God is sick. He enjoy somebody seeing somebody begging for forgiveness. So if you don't commit sin, Allah will destroy you. And this is totally the opposite of the story of Noah and the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. And here we see Muhammad making his own stupid teaching again. Because if this God will destroy me for not committing sin, so what the story of Noah is about then? And what the story of Sodom and Gomorrah is about? And what the punishment for? Because obviously Allah, he like the one who do sin, and he enjoy it. And if you don't do sin, he hate you. He will destroy you. And then I said, O Messenger of Allah, from what was the creation created? He said, from water. And here Muhammad is again making another stupid mistake, because isn't the Quran says that Allah, he created the genie from fire and the angels from light, according to the hadith? So not all the creation created from water, according to Islam. And then he said, what paradise is constructed of? He said the brick of silver and brick of gold. Its mortar is the musk of a strong fragrance. And, you know, read the rest. Pearls and rubies and saffron. The earth is covered by saffron. Whoever shall enter it, he shall not suffer, and he shall feel joy. And he shall not die. His clothes will not wear out, and their youth, you know, will never come to an end, etc. Again, as long we are independent in heaven, we wish for food, the food come to us. Even the trees, the Quran says, قُطُوفَهَا دَانِيَةً. Even the tree, when you want to eat from a tree, you don't go to the tree come to you. You do not need to extend your hand. So what the servants for? Do we have any Muslim? Any Muslim can explain to us what the servant for? You Muslim don't read the Quran. The Quran says what for. The Quran says that those servants, they will go around you and serve you wine. That's what the Muslim says. They will serve you wine. Well, where it says serve you wine there? I don't see it. Any Muslim can tell me? Is that a different verse? Muslims, are you with me? What the boys will do? In different verse it says Muslims are ignorant, they don't know religion. But when we read this, we see how stupid this verse is. Let us see. In front of us, we have a few verses, which is, I find, you remember this guy, what his name? Noman. He was speaking that the Quran is a book, is not organized, you know, like the topic is all over the place. This is an example where we can find about the boys, you know, and what the Muslims would drink, where we can find description of the heaven. It's all over the place. So here it says, in chapter 37, verse number 45, round them will be passed a cup of a pure wine. Who is the one who will pass those wines to them? The Muslim, they will say, the boys. How come this verse is not connected to the verse where it's speaking about the boys? Because that verse says the boys will go around them. Why the verse about what they will drink is here? Obviously, somebody move it here. And then you will see that the Quran described that you will be sitting in your bed and not in your throne. This is a false translation. And they will be facing, or they will be reclining on the top of their beds. And they will be eating fruits. And then you will see here, if you go a little bit down, you will see it says, again repeating, the same he said about the boys, he is speaking about the women. And with them will be female, قاصرات الطرف. قاصرات الطرف here says the chest females. That's not false. That's false. It is women who they are restrained and jailed inside their tent, which means they cannot see anyone from outside. They are jailed. They cannot get out. They are, because remember, those are your sex toys. They are made just for you. Nobody can see them. So they are restrained in their homes, which Muhammad described as a tent made of pearl. And the size of it is the same distance between Yemen and Damascus. Each tent, which is like maybe, I don't know, you can check Google, maybe 1,200 kilometers or something like this. So there is women who they are so white and they are so beautiful. And here it says, and they will be, what egg? Muslims, Allah, He promised you women, they are white like eggs. Is that really what it says? Well, in Arabic it says, yeah, it says eggs. Any Muslim can help us? What is this? The women are like eggs. You see, it doesn't say they are white actually. It says they are like eggs. But is that true? Let us change the translator. Let us see what will happen with the eggs. As if they were eggs carefully protected. This is how Allah, He described the women in heaven. Maknoon is not protected. Maknoon is something you hide. What protected? I mean, all my life I wanted to have a woman, she looked like an egg, to be honest with you. What does that mean, Muslims? As if they were eggs. What the Quran is saying to you, that the women, they will be inside their tents. And inside that tent, there is women who they are like eggs. They are white, yes, very white, but they are hidden from the eyes of anyone, so nobody can take your eggs. Have you ever heard of such a description for women before? Women are like eggs, like hidden eggs. And then shall come of them advance to others, questioning each other. The Muslim, they will ask each other, what this verse have to do with the verse before it? Any Muslim can tell me? Is that something we will do in heaven? No. So what is verse here? Muslims, is that a verse about the heaven? Look, all of this is about heaven. Okay, we will have a fruit, we will have gardens, we will sit in the top of our beds, they will go around us, give us a drink, white and delicious to those who drink. Okay, there's no trouble, there's no exhausted, because you will have sex, never stop, you don't never get tired. Okay, and then there's women who they are jailed in their tent and they are like eggs. Okay, what does verse after it have to do with the verses before it? And what the verse before it, after it, have to do with the heaven? And what this have to do with the heaven? And what this have to do with the heaven? And this, what is this? Let it go. We go back to the first question. What the servants for? If our clothes will never be ruined, if we will never take a shower, we'll never get dirty, there's no dishes to wash, there's no bathroom, there's no restroom, there's no kitchen, there's no garbage, what the kids will do? What 80,000 little child will do to you? This guy in the video says 70,000. Let us say, for the sake of argument, those children are going to serve me wine. How many child I need to serve me wine all day long?
All kind of servants would come and enter to help you. You have 70,000 servants in the paradise, in that castle.
70,000.
70,000 in that paradise. Imagine this.
And the guy, he shake his head like 70,000. Yeah, convinced. And this guy, the other guy, supposedly he's a convert. I mean, how stupid you are to convert to such a garbage, you idiot. Don't you have a dignity? What happened to your dignity? Do you accept really that in the house of God, in the place of God, in the heaven of God, you will abuse 70,000 child to do what? To serve you wine? So there is a God who will bring me 70,000 little boy, and he will enslave them for me for eternity, and their job is to serve me wine. How much wine I will drink a day? And why you cannot drink wine by yourself? And why the women who is around you cannot give you wine? Why little boys? Any Muslim can help us? 70,000. The guy, he's shaking his head like, 70,000, like, you know, it's like a normal number, you know. And Muhammad is stuck with number. There's numbers Muhammad is stuck with them: 40, 70, 7, 3. 70,000.
All kind of servants would come and enter to help you. You have 70,000 servants in the paradise, in that castle.
70,000.
70,000 in that paradise. Imagine this. And one door, this one.
Look at this face. By the way, this guy who was talking about the heaven, later his visa is over, and he wanted to stay in USA. So they told him, go to the hospital and make yourself sick so we can extend your visa. And he made a video asking for donation. Allah cannot send him donation, and now suddenly he need the kuffar visa.